Next question, I think, is also something that reflects a terrible misunderstanding that has to be corrected. This question comes from a journalist in Kazakhstan, and he says, "Hello, Mr. LaRouche. My question to you is this. Don't you think that it would be a really good idea for people now to be getting out of the euro and into the dollar? Is it likely that Greece, Portugal, and Ireland will leave the Eurozone, and that after that, the euro will strengthen dramatically, because then it will represent only strong economies like Germany and France? If that is true, then in fact, people should really be getting into the euro, since it will soon be the strongest currency in the world." Many thanks in advance for your reply.
Okay. Well, first of all, if that were to happen, and it's already happening right now, the question has been posed, and it was postponed only because of certain elections were going on. You have the case of Ambrose Pritchett, who wrote a report on the past Sunday in which he said truthfully that the euro system was in danger of a general collapse, a collapse under which no nation such as Portugal, Greece, Ireland, and Spain could escape. They're now victims of an empire, and they can't get out of it except by being destroyed. And he said that. So he, within 1 hour, or at least 2 hours, no longer, of the time he uttered that from Britain, Ambrose Edwin Pritchett, his article was pulled. What he said in the article, from point of law and practice now, was true. Fortunately, somebody drew down from the website, his website, drew down the article and kept it. And then when it was pulled from the Telegraph, the article was all over the world because this one guy who got on the case and copied it, drew it down right away. So it's out. It's a big scandal. Now, what is happening right now, yesterday and today, is the question of trying to put up some kind of a bailout scheme which will, in effect, crush, not kick out, but crush with a force of extermination Portugal, Ireland, Greece, and Spain. And it won't stop there. That's the situation. What you have to do is eliminate the euro. Because the euro, first of all, it is not really, a system as adopted, deprives every nation of Europe, west of continental Europe, west of Belarus, deprives it of existence as a sovereign nation. As of this instant, in standpoint of international law, as proposed by the leaders of the European Union and the European system, there is no sovereignty in any part of Western and Central Europe west of Belarus. It doesn't exist. What we're looking at is the euro is, under those conditions, one of the most worthless currencies on the planet. So relieve yourself of that. There's only one solution. We have to create a warfare bloc, a financial warfare bloc. The financial warfare bloc, which I've proposed, consists of the United States, Russia, China, and India. That doesn't mean to exclude other nations. That means you have to have a bloc with enough power as a fixed exchange rate system among the dollar, the ruble, the currency systems of China and of India. If you do that, you can break every part of the world that opposes that. And most parts of the world will happily join it. Most nations of Africa, for example, nations of Asia. We have indications from South Korea. They're ready to go, full speed. We're getting nuclear development in the United Arab Republics. We're getting that, big scale. We're changing the planet with our policies. We have to make those policies effective. And so that's the scheme. And the key part of this, we're talking about Kazakhstan, for example, is Kazakhstan is a key part of this process. The development of the kinds of railway systems and power systems which are needed in Siberia, for example, which are crucial for the development of the entirety of Asia and crucial for the future survival of Europe once it's freed of slavery to the British Empire. And the key thing here is to get the United States to get freed of this Obama mess and go back to being a nation state again, going back to the fixed exchange rate system of Franklin Roosevelt, as Roosevelt had intended before he died, bringing especially the United States, Russia, China, and India together as a center group around which other nations can gather and make immediate long-term trade agreements and investment agreements which will enable us to get this planet moving. That's the only solution. There are no slick tricks available. Rough, open-handed policy. Don't try to sneak something through. Crush things that, crush the eggs that should be opened.